Hello friends, in this tutorial we will learn about Python global, local and non-local variable. We will start using Visual Studio Code from this tutorial. Let's start knowing about the global variable. In Python, a variable declared outside of the function or in global scope is known as global variable. What does this mean? This means that the global variable can be accessed inside or outside of the function. Let's try with a suitable example. Let's have a look over here. Let's define uh, global global variable over here. Mm, let's create a simple function over here and just try to print that variable x from here. You can see that if I try this one on the function over here, side of this one and this, yeah, you can have a look over here. It will print both inside and outside since here both are Python file. Yeah, see over here it's print out inside and inside x inside as global. This is printed the variable through the inside of the function as well as from the outside of the function. Here in this code we have created x as a global variable and define a function foo to print the global variable x, to print the global variable this x, which will print the value, this will print the value of x. Just like what if we change the value inside a function, just like you can see over here, just like if I try for this one, changing over here and just try to print x over here, this variable over here by changing this, and you can have a look over here. If I try to run this one, yeah, see over here local variable x reference before assignment. You can see over here that the local variable x is referenced before assignment, that is it already goes over here and it erases error over here, that uh, this is because here this x treat the x is treated as a globe, that is local variable by Python, and inside the function you have also assigned this one, then it will output the error as a local variable x is referenced before assignment. This one is for the local variable, example for the local variable. Let's have a look over the local variable. What is local variable? A local variable is the variable which is declared inside the function body or in the local scope. Just like I can show you with example, just like if I define the foo function over here, and if I created one local variable y, if I try to print foo over here, if I um, if I try for print of y, then you can have a look over here. I think it will provide indentation error. I was thinking, yeah, you can have a look over here. The output is y is not defined. Yeah, you can see over here this outputs the error because we are trying to access local variable y in the global scope. We are trying to access the local variable, whereas the local variable only work inside the foo. You can see here it will only work inside this function. Now let's try to just copy this function over here and just try to provide over here, and you can see over here now it's work as a thing. Yeah, you can see over here local is printed over here. Let's take a look at the earlier problem where x was the global variable and we wanted to modify x inside foo. in this now in this example we will show that both the global and a local variable used over here we will show how to use global variable and local variable in the same code. Let's just have a look over here, and just control Z over the code. I want this code. Now let's have a look over here. I will define the um, global X over here, and I will just try for this one. Just I will try for, yeah, just trying to print X and just trying to print Y. Yeah, I'm just calling this function over here. It should provide me some output over here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I haven't defined this Y. Let's define Y as local variable over here. Then it's more right the output. Yeah, you can look over here. Global variable, that's global and local has printed. Here we have declared X as a global variable and Y as a local variable in the foo function over here. Then we use the multiplication operator to modify this global variable X, and we print both X and Y. After calling this function, this foo, the value X becomes global. This, as for we have a study before that calling this will print two times to the any function over here. We have studied in the before in the previous tutorials. Then it should print the global two times. After that we will print a local variable Y over here. This local variable we print over here. After this, now let's try for a global variable and local variable with the same name. You can have a look over here. Let's define one variable and let's create one function foo over here and just try to provide this. This is the local variable, and this is the local variable and this is the global variable. Just try to print local X comma X and just try to print foo over here and just trying to print global X variable. You should now get both the value like 5 and 10 because this one is called from here, and just wait, it's over here. Yeah, this one is called from here, and this X is called from here. It's inside the function and it's outside the function. So the value of X, local X should print 10 and the global X should print 5 over here. That should be our output. Yeah, you can have a look over here that the local variable is 10 and the global is 5. Here we have used the same name for both the global and local variable. We get a different result when we print the same variable because as I said, because as I said, both the variable have declared in the both scope. That is, the local variable is inside the foo and the global variable is outside the foo. That is we can say that it is outside, it is inside the this foo function. This is the foo function, so it will access over that X value will access over there. And since it is here the foo function is not calling not creating any sort of stuff over here, then so X will automatically get 5 over here. Now after local and global variable, let's have a look over the non-local variable. Non-local variable are used in nested function whose local scope is not defined. This means that the variable can neither in the local nor in the global scope. Let's see an example of how a global variable is created in Python. We use non-local keyword to create a non-local variable. Just like if I create define outer, yeah, you can have a look over here. I have defined this function and I created one local variable over here, and this is the nested function. You can have a look. The function inside the function, it is regarded as nested function. And I created non-local x, and if I do non-local try to print out the inner one, yeah. Now just calling the function inner function, you can have a look over here, and I'm just trying to call this one, yeah, and just try to print outer, yeah, and just calling the outer function over here. Now this should print both outer and inner as non-local function. Just try over here. Yeah, you can have a look over here. It's both the inner and outer is called as non-local. Let's I will explain this code. Let's start how this code is working and what sort of things are doing over here. There is a, you can as I had said, there is the nested inner function. We use non-local keyword to create a non-local variable. This keyword is used to create a non-local variable. The inner function is defined in the scope of another function. It is defined inside this outer function. It is defined in the scope of the area of this outer function. If you want to change the value of a non-variable, the change appear in the, if I created any change over here, then it will appear over here, then it will appear in the local variable. Just like if I try for non1, okay, just trying to run over here, and you can see over here this local variable, nothing has worked over here. This is not working over here because we have defined the non-local variable, and it is overriding this one. You can have a look over here, and it's just simply creating this one. Doing this also, it doesn't create any sort of problem over here because this is overriding this function. Yeah, this much for this tutorial. We have learned about Python global and local variable. In the next tutorial we will learn about conditions in Python. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks.